I gathered those guts to ask him, why was it so necessary for you to do this to me? Why was that so necessary? And he told me there was no other option.
Cheryl Zondi's testimony has rallied public support. On Tuesday, she detailed a confrontation with the man she accuses of raping her when she was a teenager. She claims televangelist Timothy Omotoso abused his religious authority to commit rape.
I told him, I don't like what you did to me. I used those words. He remembers. He was there.
Omotoso is accused of raping Zondi from when she was 14. He and his two accused face 63 charges, including human trafficking, racketeering, contravention of the Sexual Offences Act, and rape. Now Omotoso's attorney is being questioned over his behavior in court.
What suddenly gave you the courage to confront him? Weren't you still scared of him and that something might happen to you if you confront him?
I was scared of him. But as I just said, I gathered the guts to tell him how I felt.
You never asked him to apologize, correct?
I told him that what he did to me, I did not like. And I asked him, why was it so necessary? Why is it so necessary for you to do this? And he told me, there's no other option. It's either I'm in or out. That's what his response was.
Please just answer the question. Did you at any stage request an apology from him?
No. I didn't say I want you to apologize to me.
Thank you.
Here's Dauberman at work a day before.
I put it to you, ma'am, that you are fabricating your evidence.
Wow.
The version that you gave the police is different in material respects from what you have told the court. In other words, ma'am, I put it to you that you are lying about what happened to you.
With all due respect, that's one of the most absurd things I've ever heard in my life.
That's not a very clever answer, ma'am.
I'm not trying to be clever, I'm being honest.
Because I asked you earlier on, if you will recall, whether when you made your first statement, you intended to divulge exactly what happened to the police in full.
Yes, your question was whether I intended.
Yes, and you said yes, not so.
And as I say to you, traumatic experiences, sir, have that kind of effect on a person's mind. I'm not trying to be emotional here. This is what happened to me. Okay? He did that to me. And I was not trying to remember the finer details in the beginning. Excuse me for that.
Ma'am, don't ramble on, please.
I'm not rambling. I'm just telling you the truth, sir.
And for many, this question was gratuitous in the extreme.
How many centimeters? You know?
How can he measure?
My Lord, she could have felt it.
How would he know that? How many centimeters? How would he know that? How would she know that?
She could have felt it.
And then measure it at the same time. I would not allow that question.
It's not going to help to be asking for centimeters. I don't know whether people are supposed to be carrying rulers in their pockets as women so that I can ask for measurements now and then. It doesn't help anything. It's just aggression as far as me is concerned, who's sitting in the court.
A few advocates agree that the point of questioning witnesses is to obtain their version and test it, but there are limits.
He's condescending, he's accusing, and we are not seeing it for the first time. You know, Fezeka, who we knew as Kwezi, was taken through that. You know, where lawyers are in the business of you as the person who has accused somebody of rape, you really stand on trial.
The whole judiciary, the whole criminal justice system should be there to support the victim through this trauma. Because if something happened to you years ago, you've suppressed it, and now it comes up again. And it shouldn't be in an aggressive and unnecessarily, asking of questions that will not lead to the innocence or guilt of the accused.
Those questions are very derogatory to their posture as women, and we really cannot take kindly to that as society. Even as a person, we really cannot take kindly for that, and I think it's high time as a society we get up and do something about it, because it's totally unacceptable.
In the last 2 days, Judge Mandela Makaula has at times intervened, putting a stop to some of Dauberman's questions. But the lawyer's conduct has brought the legal profession under scrutiny.
She was confident enough to raise the case in court. There are many women that are being abused out there, and they are not reporting the cases. Should we have women that report cases, courts shall protect them and ensure that they are not taken for a ride, and ensure that they are able to express themselves freely without prejudice in court.
Society has created a place wherein lawyers victimize the victim. Even society even goes further to victimize the victim. Now, you don't ask that you be raped, you just be raped. So how can you then be victimized by standing up? In fact, we should take her as our hero.
On one level, I celebrate her. But on another level, as a black woman in this country, you know, who has basically fought on issues of gender from even when I was her age, I am so angry that we still expect a young black woman to have to be that strong. Nobody knows what happens when she goes home. You know, we can say, oh, she broke down the court agenda. What has this done to her life?
The trial resumes on Wednesday. Erin Bates, Johannesburg.